What's up, guys? How's it going? Justin here from Jekyll and Hyde Athletics and Jiu-Jitsu and Strength Academy. I'm at the gym now, and I was gonna do a workout, but I got a lot of shit going through my head, so I figured turn the camera on and see what the fuck happens. I've been doing these vlogs now for, I think it's today's will be 31, which is not bad. 31 days in a row, pretty much. The only day I didn't film anything was Christmas Day. So I think I've been doing well with them. For some reason, today is really weird. I've been a lot better on camera than I was when I started, but right now, I don't know if it's because I've been doing the selfie mode on the phone, so I can actually see myself and look at what a retard I look like. But now I got the regular camera on, so yeah, it's who knows. So 2016 was definitely a year of change for me, for sure. I started out the year, I was still working as a custodian for Board of Ed in Milford, and I hated it, fucking hated every second of every day. As soon as I got in the car to fucking go there, my anxiety was crazy. I was think of any excuse possible to not fucking go. I used my sick days when I wasn't sick, just for like mental health. Just the job itself wasn't bad. Work wasn't hard or anything, easy. I think that might have been part of it. Was too easy. I've been used to like hard work. My whole life I did pretty much like construction shit. So when I was in high school, the first job I ever had was a construction company. We did paving and like curbs and asphalt, concrete work, stuff like that, sewers, manhole things, that kind of stuff. And that was all in the summertime, obviously, because I was in school. So shoveling 330-degree asphalt when it's 100 degrees outside and you got to wear long pants and boots is not ideal. It's not easy, and but I actually kind of enjoyed that job. It's you're outside, you're doing some physical work. You feel like you did something for that day. With this job here, first it took me 2.5 years to get in full time, which was fucking ridiculous. And then union job, city job. Not all the guys, but a lot of the guys are just fucking idiots, and they're just there for insurance, and they don't give a fuck if they do a good job or not. Don't get me wrong, I met a lot of cool, good people there that, just working hard like everyone else. But there's a lot of fucking beaters that are just trying to take advantage of everything. And, you don't get, regardless of what you do and how good a job you do, it makes no difference whatsoever, because there's guys that do fucking nothing that still have a job and get paid probably more than you because they've been there longer. That's the only reason they get. The only reason they get a raise or anything is how long you've been there. It has nothing to do with your actual performance or anything like that. So, which is extremely frustrating, especially for me, because regardless of anything else, I know I work really fucking hard at whatever I'm doing. So that was extremely frustrating. So once I got in, actually this past December would have been 5 years on as full-time too. So that's 7.5 years total. It was just a fucking nightmare. Like I said, every day I would, think of ways to get out of it. I'd be driving there and like, oh, well, what would happen if I just jerked the wheel into the fucking bridge embankment and, ended up in the hospital for a while. And shit like that, like fucked up shit. But so in April, I've been wanting to get out of that for a while, obviously. And what I really wanted to do was coach or open a gym or something along those lines, just because I really enjoy doing that stuff. I think I'm actually pretty damn good at it. I might not have all the fancy certifications and shit that people have or that some places look for, but I have a lot of experience, and I have a lot of experience with myself and with, training and working with really high level guys in strongman and other sports. And I've nothing lifting wise has really ever come easy for me. So I've had to try numerous different things to get stronger and better at lifts. So I feel like I have a good base that way. I'm not wasn't naturally gifted as strength wise. I've always been very athletic. So in high school I played basketball and baseball. Most people ask me if I played football, but no, I did not. I was a small guy in high school. I graduated high school at 185. Yeah, so I was basketball captain baseball. I used to be very, very close to dunking in high school, so you wouldn't think to look at me now, but I was. Anyways, so I've always been athletic, just not, the strength portion didn't really come quickly for me. It's been very, very frustrating 10 years or so trying to get stronger. And I feel like that's actually helped me as far as being a coach and programming and stuff for people and helping other people get strong, just because I've had to do, I've tried, if there's a program out there that you've seen that you think might be good, I've probably fucking tried it. And not just for, one cycle. I've probably done it for, 6 months to a year. Just trying different things with different lifts and every fucking exercise variation and assistance work and all that shit that you could think of. So, and obviously I'm not the only person that's like that, but I don't know, I just feel like that is kind of makes me a little bit, I have a little bit different perspective as far as that goes, as opposed to somebody who, could jump in and, gets a little bit stronger faster with, a basic program or, even no program or whatever, something like that. So I feel like that kind of helps me as a coach. I think I have a really good, I think I explain things really well in a simple way that people can understand. I try not to, well, number one, I don't know a ton of fancy terms, like I said, because I don't have the formal education that some other people do, but I feel like I have a way to explain things that people actually understand and they can get the movements or what I'm trying to teach them easily. I have a lot of people, especially here with newer people, there's a ton of people that have a problem with the hip hinge. And it's just I think the way I explain things sometimes is makes it easier for people. I had a guy the other day, we were doing hip hinge and he couldn't get, he was thinking about pushing the butt back, but he was just kind of bending at the waist, so I had him just stand in front of the wall and actually touch his butt to the wall. That seemed to work. I mean, it's not rocket science or crazy innovative, but it's just something that, you gotta see what people need and adjust your coaching style or whatever you're doing to that so that they can get something out of it. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? You have all the knowledge in the world if you can't apply it to different situations and different people and leverages and things like that, then what's the point? I mean, you're not going to help anybody. So anyways, that was kind of a tangent there. Like I said, I don't know where the fuck this video is going, but I'm going to put the whole thing up there so you guys can see if I fuck up or if I do good, then whatever. This is kind of the process I've been going through with this, with the vlog too. Here we go on another tangent over here. I was terrible on the camera. I mean, even now it's not, obviously it's not perfect. I tend to look around a lot, which people have told me. I don't know, I just don't like staring straight ahead at the camera. And so with this vlog, that was kind of the whole point, was to try to get me a little bit more comfortable kind of talking to myself, which is weird. I mean, I do that shit all the time, but I don't usually put it on the internet for other people to see. So it's kind of, you know, when you got thoughts in your head and you talk it out with yourself, you're not like usually putting it out there so other people can see what the fuck is going on in your brain, because sometimes that's scary shit. You know, depending on what's going on at the time. But it would take me, I tried to do, when I first started working at the JSA here, Jiu-Jitsu and Strength Academy here in Cromwell, I tried to do some videos when I first started and stuff, and it would take me fucking almost an hour just to get, you know, 3 minutes of fucking video on there, because I was so, I don't know if it was nervous or like, I don't know, honestly. And it would just be, I would film something and I'd be like, oh, that sucks, I delete it. And then film, that fucking sucks again. I don't know if it was more like people are gonna laugh at you, you know. Probably part of it. I still get a little bit of that now, but I've gotten a lot better. So I really don't worry about that anymore. I mean, if you don't like the video, don't fucking watch it. I'm kind of almost to that point all the way. Once in a while, I still have, you know, obviously it's a little weird putting shit out on the internet and seeing if people like you or don't like you. It's an interesting situation. But I feel like I have some good stuff to share, and hopefully that comes across. I don't think I'm the know-all, be-all, whatever, but I have some knowledge, and I have some, like I said, with my experience and stuff, I have, I think, a little different perspective that might help certain people out, and if it does, that's awesome. If not, you don't like my shit, that's fine. You know, there's a ton of other people on the internet to watch or listen to or whatever. So anyways, getting back to, I think, what I was talking about. So I started training here back in, I think, November of 2015, somewhere around there. Derek's place had just closed down, so I needed to find somewhere else to train. And I've known Matt for a little while, the owner here, Matt Briers. I actually did a seminar here, God, 6 years ago, something like that. I think I did log, and I think I did all overhead pressing, which is strange because my overhead press is mediocre for heavyweight strongman, but my technique is always very good. So, but it was fun. It was a cool little seminar. We had I don't know, 7 or 8 people here. So I had always, you know, kind of kept in contact with them, and one thing I always wanted to do too was try out the jiu-jitsu, which I've never done any I did martial arts when I was very young. I did, like, you know, the standard karate with the fucking forms and all that shit. It was kind of, got to the point where it was really fucking boring, so I just stopped. But, so, where was I? Oh yeah. So I wanted to try the BJJ, and I ended up coming here and doing all my strength training here too. Matt, you know, welcomed me in, and I started training here. And then by about, I think it was around February or end of February or March, in that area, he let me know that the strength coach that he had here currently, or before me, was actually thinking of taking a job in Alabama and moving back down. I guess he has family down there, and he had to put in an application for that job and blah blah blah. So they called him back a while later, and he's, you know, seriously thinking about doing it. So him and I started talking about me coming and working here. And at the time, like I said, I was still with the Board of Ed, so financially it was going to be a bit of a hit. So it took a little bit of convincing for Jennifer, but she ended up supporting me in the end, which she always does. So I'm very grateful for that. Thanks, babe. She's let me finish and then I'll go back. So April 1st, I ended up starting here. Put in my 2 weeks of Board of Ed. They tried to convince me to stay. I'm like, what are you gonna? They didn't offer me anything. They just said, hey, you should stay. Like, okay. So I ended up starting work here. That was in April. And immediately loved it. This is definitely what I'm supposed to be doing. Coaching and helping people get stronger, helping people lose weight, whatever they're coming in here to do. I ended up writing a couple programs for here, so we have I have a couple base programs that we have here, and then Matt and I started working together. He wanted to come up with like a strength program, supplemental strength program for his jiu-jitsu athletes. So with my strongman background and his jiu-jitsu background, we kind of came up together with the Warrior Strong program, which will be coming out very soon. We've been using it here for, probably since May or June, probably the end of May, June. And everyone who's done it has gotten really good results on it, whether it be to get stronger or get in better shape, or kind of both. That's kind of what it's designed for. So we started working on that, and then as I stayed here more and more, I started doing more and more towards Soul Fighters Academy and that online stuff, all the social media stuff. That's pretty much, I do a lot of the social media stuff now for here, as well as obviously my own shit. So definitely a lot of changing, a lot of growth this year. Obviously I'm in a way different spot than I was at this point last year. I'm happy to come to work every day. I must be, because I spend probably 12 or 14 hours here every fucking day, and I love it. It's great. Between my training and training clients and everything else that we do, filming and video and all that stuff, it's great. It's awesome. So much happier personally with what I'm actually doing with my life. I feel like I'm kind of starting to make a little bit of a difference. It's really what it's all about. I mean, I didn't want to just go through the motions, work my fucking 40 years and retire with, oh, you got a pension, and who cares about that shit? You gotta live. You gotta be, do what the fuck you want to do. I knew that if I stayed with the Board of Ed, I was just gonna end up a miserable prick. It was happening every year. I got worse and worse. I just didn't want to interact with anybody or stuff. Tension with Jen and all that stuff. I didn't want to have that. So needed to make a change, and like I said, with her support, I was able to do that. So I'm very grateful for that. She definitely. I'm kind of a stubborn fuck when it comes to shit like that. I kind of get my mind on something and it needs to be done, or else I go fucking nuts, and I keep going and going until people kind of cave into what I want, which is probably not very good, but that's how I am right now. I'm working on shit. Everybody's got shit to work on, so obviously I'm not perfect, and neither are you, motherfucker. So don't judge me. But yeah, she's. I don't know where I would be right now without her. So if you find a good partner in your life. Make sure you hold on to them, treat them well, and be appreciative. I know I don't do that all the time, babe, but that's what 2017 is about, getting better about shit. So I really need to, what else was I going to talk about? So, yeah, anyways, so it's been great. What's it been, 8 months now? It's been fantastic. The only real stressor is, I'm making less money than I was before. So that's why I need you to buy my program. That was terrible. What an asshole. But I would not trade the change for anything, really. Just, it's my, like I said, my happiness has been exponentially greater since making the switch over to coaching. So if you're thinking of doing something similar, I would, discuss, if you have a significant other, discuss it with them, obviously, and weigh out, pros and cons. Can you afford it? How long can you afford something for it? Are you getting a severance package from your other place? Can you do it on the side to start? Whatever it is, you gotta. Sometimes you gotta take risks. You gotta fucking put yourself out there and see what happens. Sometimes it's gonna be good. Sometimes it's gonna be a fucking shit show. But you gotta do it. You can't be scared of life. Everyone was made to do more than fucking pay bills and die. There's something that you want to do, that you need to do, that that is your purpose, I guess you could say. You gotta kind of find it, try different things. But if there's something that you can't go a day without doing or thinking about or wanting to do or something like that, you just gotta figure out a way to do it. Whether it's, like I said, it's on something on the side to start, whether it's not even a career or anything, just if it's something that you like to do, you gotta find a way to do it as often as possible. It's the only way you're really gonna be content. You just gotta try different things, figure out what you like, and then figure out a way to do it. I think I just repeated myself like 4 times there, so you can count them up for me. So moving forward into 2017, New Year's resolutions. I don't really like that term, but I feel like that the New Year's resolution thing, kind of people get too caught up in that, and then what ends up happening is people try to change, 100 different things all at once, and they go 2 or 3 weeks and they're like, fuck this sucks. So if you are planning on doing, New Year's resolution or anything, number one, you don't have to wait until an arbitrary time to change something. If you really want to change something, just decide to and then do something about it. Small steps. Obviously you're not going to go from eating fast food 3 times a day to fucking, 6 meals of chicken and rice and broccoli. That's obviously not going to happen. Just try to cut it down to 2 meals and 1 home-cooked meal, something like that for a month. You got to start small. So you can have big goals and dreams, but you got to have small steps to get there so that you can win days and weeks and form a new habit. That's kind of what it's about. I came out of there. So anyways, moving forward, I definitely want to compete again this year. 2016 was, I think it was the only year, I'm trying to think back now, only year since 2007 that I haven't done at least one competition. So I definitely miss it. I think that's part of the reason why my training has been weird the last couple weeks. I just miss getting out there and competing and testing myself against people. it's been too long. I mean, I've been really busy with trying to grow the business and the brand, and putting my beautiful face out to the internet's world. And I think, after we get back from our trip next week, I'm really going to start getting back into looking for a competition and training for it and actually competing and seeing if I can get to the fucking Arnold. I want to get to the Arnold. Amateur Arnold. I still, this might sound funny to people, but I still think I have a chance. Still think I can get to the Amateur Arnold, to the Pro Arnold, and to Worlds. I'd like to do, I really think I can do some type of international competition, whether it be, like I said, Worlds or Arnold, or even something smaller like I don't know. I don't even know really what's out there right now for that kind of thing, but I feel like I still have a lot of good years of training and competing left. I'll be 35 in April, and I was just watching the first heat of this year's Worlds with Mark Felix. Mark Felix, 50 fucking years old. He's still competing at Worlds, and even more so than that, what kind of got me was that I think they said it was his 11th appearance in Worlds, which which means he was in his 30s when he got there, like late 30s. So I don't know if it's been 11 in a row. They didn't really specify that, but they just said 11. So if it was 11 in a row, which I'm not sure, I'm assuming it probably was, that would put him at 39 as his first one. That's 2004, I think they said was his first appearance. So that's 12 years ago, right? Yeah, 12. So 38, 37. So that kind of gave me a little bit of hope. I really, I don't know. I just feel like I can still do that. Obviously, I got a long way to go training-wise and strength-wise and stuff, but I'm not afraid to work. So yeah. So those are some things in my head. You can laugh at me if you want, but it's fine. I don't really care. So compete. I'd like to do something besides strongman too. I'm thinking maybe Highland Games, or even like weightlifting or powerlifting. I don't know about next year, but maybe the year after I'd like to do all of them in a year. That'd be kind of cool, I think. And not just show up, but actually compete and do well in all of them in one year. I think that would be kind of interesting. I like to be well-rounded as far as that goes. That's kind of why you see me doing, shit that most 280-pound guys probably don't do. Jumps and bounding and sprints and all that shit, crazy stuff. Not necessarily crazy, but just athletic stuff. Not saying that I'm the only guy that's that big that does that stuff, but I don't see a lot of my fellow strongman competitors doing that kind of stuff. I don't know. I just enjoy that kind of stuff. I like I said, I've always been athletic, so I like to keep that, even if I get, as I get heavier and bigger. Actually, as you see me now, I'm about 50 or 60 pounds lighter than I have been at my heaviest. I've been as heavy as 330 at 5'11", so it's pretty round. I'm not gonna lie, I was round. Actually didn't feel that bad at that weight though. I was there, I think I was probably like 2 years, I was above 320. Maybe 3, more than that, but anyways. So I've always felt good regardless of how heavy I got. I never really had any problems with, sleep apnea or any of that shit. I've always been fairly athletic even at that heavy a weight. So I'd like to continue that and, try a couple different sports and see how they go. One thing I'm definitely going to work on, which, again, going back to the vlog, I think has helped a lot, is communication. I've always been very bad at that. As you can tell, I say a lot of ums and oh and I'd like to try to get rid of some of that. It's there it is again. Especially with face-to-face interactions, I get I don't know if I get nervous or what. I've never been very good at communicating and getting my point across, kind of. I think really that's one of the main reasons why I started doing the vlog, because I figured, obviously I'm not talking to a person, but I'm talking to a camera, trying to get my whatever is in here, or well, some of what's in there. You guys don't want to know all of that's in there. Out and just talk and not be fucking weirded out by it. So yeah, that's my main thing for this year is get better communicating, both with relationships and getting my my message of strength, if that's what you want to call it, out into the internets, and see if there's people that can help. Like I said, that's my main focus. Trying to give back a little bit to the strength world, because I've gotten pretty much everything I have is owed to strength training, just my work ethic and all that shit. So and obviously now that's my job, and it's great. I love it, and I want to help as many people as possible, and that's what the internet is for, right? It's not just for dick pics and fucking cats on trampolines and shit. It's, you can do real stuff with it. Yeah, so I don't know if anybody's gonna watch the end of this, but if you do, if you stick around for the whole thing, I wish I had something to give you, but I don't. You can get a cookie or a pat on the back and a thank you from me for hanging out and kind of listening to my brain fart. What else? I think that was it. So anyways, I got a client. I think I got a little bit of time still. I got a client coming in around 8:30. It's about 8 o'clock now. So I just want to continue, getting better. There's no, there shouldn't be really an end to that. If you get to the point where you think you're good enough, you aren't. Regardless of what it is, whether it's training or knowledge, reading, whatever. I love. I've talked about the Audible app a few times. I love it. If you don't have it, I would definitely suggest getting it and getting some audiobooks on there. They have everything on there. It's a very easy way to get information into your brain. Oh, that's what I was, okay. See, I keep talking and I keep thinking of things I want to say. But I think I just looked the other day, I have 57 books on there right now in the last, 2 years, I think. And I've listened to each one of them at least 3 times. So that's a lot of listening. When I was working the other job, it was about a 35-minute drive each way. And then I would put my headphones on and listen during my whole shift, so I was able to get a lot of reading in as I was reading. But now I don't have as long a ride, but I still listen to it in the car. If you do have a long commute, that's a great way you're not doing anything in the car anyways. Instead of listening to music, turn your car into a little classroom and blast some audiobooks. Learn something. It's definitely a good use of your time, for sure. That's one of the other things I wanted to talk about too. I've read a lot. Most of my books that I have are on, like personal development, business development, stuff like that. There's not a ton of audiobooks on training and whatnot. It's more most of those. It'd be kind of hard to have an audiobook on that anyways. It's just it'd be weird. But anyways, I want to start. I have a ton of info that I've taken in, but I haven't really done a lot with it. So I haven't really taken action on a lot of it, and that's one of the other things that I'm really going to focus on in the coming year is actually taking all that knowledge and books and practices and actually doing stuff. I really think I'm going to start doing some meditation techniques. That might sound wonky to some of you, but I've read a lot on that, and I really think it would help me out with my communication, and also the everything else, just being more centered and more confident in myself. That's which the vlog is helping too, but you can always do more. As I said, good enough isn't. So definitely going to start implementing more of that kind of stuff. Meditation practices, just planning stuff. I've already started doing a power list that Andy Frisella talks about. If you don't know who Andy Frisella is, Google him. He is the CEO of First Form. And he has a podcast called the MFCEO, which stands for the motherfucking CEO, that I listen to a ton. He has really great information. He built his company from the ground up he does over $100 million a year now. So pretty spectacular business, and he seems to be a really genuine dude. A lot of good information. So look that up, sidebar. But anyways, I got to start implementing more of the things that I've learned instead of just gathering information and then letting it sit there. I haven't been really good at actually implementing and taking action on some of it. I've done some stuff, but not as much as I should. So that is definitely on the list of things to improve on this coming year. And I think that I'm going to end it there. So, like I said, if you guys, as always, thank you for watching. You guys have been awesome with the feedback and stuff. I've gotten actually a lot more feedback in person from people here at the gym than I have on YouTube or Facebook or anything, so which is really cool. But if you do have some feedback for me on this or any of the other videos, obviously leave me a comment. You can find me on Facebook, Justin Czaplicki, CZAPLICKI, or Jekyll and Hyde Athletics. That's my thing on Instagram too, JH Athletics. Also, my Twitter. I'm on a Twitter, JCZAPLICKI427. Same for same for Snapchat. Yeah, Snapchat and Twitter are the same. I'll post all that shit up in the description of the video. But I think that's kind of it for today. This is the longest I've ever sat down and talked to myself ever. So, you're welcome. I hope everybody has a good new year. And like I said, if you want to change something, you don't have to wait until the arbitrary. God, that was going to be so profound, and I fucked it up. Start over. If you want to change something in your life, don't wait for an arbitrary date to do it. Just make a decision and fucking do it. You can do it. You just got to start small. Have big dreams, but small steps on your plan. If you have mediocre dreams, you're never going to get your ass out of bed to do them. You got to have something that makes you want to strive for it. If it's too easy to get, you're not going to get it. That's one of the other things. I know I said I was going to end like 4 times now. One thing I've read was it's hardest in the middle because everybody thinks that's all they can get. So it's easier to get to the top because most people don't believe that they can get there. So they don't even bother trying. They just try to be okay. So if you go out and have enormous dreams and plans and stuff, you're probably going to be better off. You're going to end up in a better spot than you would be if you didn't. So dream big, work fucking hard, make small improvements every day, and be fucking awesome. And don't be a fucking pussy. See ya.